And I'm back. Sorry about the background noise. It's because I'm outside. I'm cooking something, and yeah, and it's as you can see, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, welcome back to the part two of What If Deku Was Ghost Rider. And yeah, we're gonna start it off. Last time we left off, Deku got his powers. And he killed the villain. And everybody in the world saw. All Might was scared. And yeah, so to start off, it's been a few weeks after the whole situation, and Deku's in a new apartment, in a better side of town with a new apartment, because um, the car shop owner, the mechanic shop owner, since he died, he didn't have a family, so he gave Deku money. So he took some of that money and moved out. So he's good for a while. So now we're at the point. So he's in a better place, and yeah. So he decides that he's gonna do hero work and vigilante work. That's what he's doing, and that's what he decides to do. So he's gonna go to UA, but at night he's gonna do vigilante work. So the 10 months. So 10 months happened. I'm gonna tell you what happened between the 10 months, which is not much. There's just two interesting points. First one, he met Nezu. He doesn't mean All Might, and All Might still has one for all. He hasn't given it to anybody. He's still looking for a successor. So he met Nezu, by coincidence, and he met Nezu. Nezu for some reason got interested in Deku for some reason. He doesn't know why. Even Nezu can explain why, but he's interested in Midoriya. So they talk, and he asks what's gonna be when he grows up. Deku's like, oh, I'm gonna go to UA. It's like in 10 months, and Nezu's like, oh yeah, I'm in principal at UA. They talk, and then he explains like, oh, so what's your quirk? And Deku says up, he has a fire quirk. And oh, that's interesting. And what about her? Like, oh, that's my sister. She has a telekinesis quirk, but she's barely 14. So like, what quirks did your parents have? And he explains that his dad left and his mom died at a young age. I mean, he died like a few years ago. So that's when Ezra gets an idea. It's like, well, I'm gonna have. So basically, the dorms are gonna come in sooner than before. Yeah, but they're gonna make the dorm sooner. So at the beginning, they already have the dorms. And Nezu says like, oh yeah, you can if you make it, your sister could stay there, so you don't have to worry about her since you don't have anybody else to take care of her. So that happens, and the other thing that happens is so that the whole encounter when Nezu happened in the first month of training, and there is like 6 months in of the 10 months. And basically his training is like he's trying to control the fire without going into his Ghost Rider form. And so now he can do it well. He can control the fire. His endurance has gone up. His stamina, his durability, his strength have all gone up. And we turning it's a 6 month marker, and he's in the roof because he's in the roof of his apartment. It's like late-ish at night, and he he's enjoying the fresh air. He's up there thinking when he knows behind him, and he turns around and he sees a white-haired woman in a black skin suit, a black mask that covers her eyes, and green eyes. Yes, her. Yeah, Alicia Hardy, aka Black Cat. So she's gonna be in it. And he's like, Felicia, what are you doing here? Because he knows she's Black Cat. And he's like, what are you doing here? And she's like, oh, I came to see you. It's like, you came to see me. I thought you were done with me. You even said it, like, you have to do other stuff. She's like, yeah, but, that doesn't mean I can't come see you. He's like, Felicia, I know you more better than anybody. Well, I believe that's part of the reason you're here. There's another reason you came. You're not going to come to me for no just, like, why? Why you gotta ruin the fun? It's like, Felicia, just tell me. It's like, I need your help. So, let me get this straight. You left me for no reason, and now you want my help. Okay. So let's hypothetically say I do help you out. What do you need help in? She's like, I don't know if I could tell you. And he's like, so let me get this straight again. You want me to help you find something or whatever that you want me to do, but you won't tell me what you want me to help you in. So how am I supposed to help you? She's like, okay, fine, I'll tell you. Sorry about that. She's like, I need help finding my daughter. He's like, your daughter. You have a daughter? Well, more specifically, our daughter. And he's like, wait a minute. What do you mean, our daughter? Like, the whole reason I left is because I was pregnant at the time. And he's like, wait, let me get this straight. You left. You were pregnant and you left. And you didn't tell me I had a daughter? It's like, it's because first of all, you already did it with your sister. You exactly didn't have a good place to stay at. And I was young, I was scared. Like, what did you want me to do? So you could at least tell me. And like, so what you do with our daughter? It's like, I gave her to an orphanage. So you just gave her away, basically. And now you want her back. See, at first I just wanted to see how she was. But then come to find out, the parents who adopted her, well, the father died. And the mother, I don't know what happened to her. And Aries has gone missing. Nobody knows what happened to her. Okay, so you basically lost a daughter. That's what you're basically telling me. Like, don't say it like that. It's just, I was young, and I was stupid and naive. But now I know I made a mistake. And now you want me to help you basically find our daughter. Like, yes? And he's like, okay. What do you know? Like, how does she look like? Like, she has white hair, a horn, and red eyes. So I basically know who it is. who that daughter is. So what's her name? I call her Erie. Okay. Hold up. Give me 1 minute. I'm back. Anyway, yeah. So he's like, so you lost our daughter, and okay, do you not have any idea? That's what I was gonna ask you. Who do you know the big guys are, so I can go find them? Like, well, first of all, you're not going by yourself. I'm coming with you. She's like, no, you're not. It's too dangerous for you. You're quickness. He's like, well, not anymore. It's like, what the hell you mean not anymore? He shows her his flames. He won't show her the rider just yet, but he shows her the flames. So I'm coming with you, and we're gonna go find our daughter. And this time you're gonna stay. Whether you would like, if you get with me or not, I don't care. But you're staying with our daughter, and I'm gonna be able to see her. So yeah, I know. I'm not gonna prevent you to see her, and this time I keep her. So okay. Number one, we need details about who we think are. There's a bunch of criminal families here, and there's a bunch of villains. So to narrow it down, it's gonna be hard. But with you being in the criminal world, you can find access there. And me being in me going to UA in a few months, I'll be able to help you to the hero side to find out any information they have. Hold up again. And she's like, you're gonna be a hero? I was like, yes, I am. But right now, mainly because I want to help Ari. And two, so what's it called? My sister can have a better home, and that I don't have to worry about her. This is probably the best place. So now, yeah. So we're gonna skip. During those 4 months, they narrowed it down to a few groups. The Yakuza being one of them. And from then he's done vigilante work as a writer. And he has asked every but he's a bad guy. He knows information. He settled down. So they narrowed it down to groups. And we're gonna skip and change our point of view to a certain leader, the Yakuza leader. Overhaul is like saying that some of his Nakis are being put down. Some of his section in his group has been put about this quote unquote guy with a skull of fire. So Deku's going after the Yakuza and a few other villains, and Black Cat's going after other things while also stealing art. And between them there's been a lot of flirting, but nothing too much. So yeah, that's the ship, guys. That's gonna be the ship. But we skipped the 4 months, and it's the day of the entrance exam. Deku walks up. He's wearing kind of like that type of jacket. The jacket Robbie wears, the leather jacket with the hoodie, black jeans, and black combat boots. That's his outfit. He goes to the written portion of the exam. He has an A. Like, he doesn't get top 5. He gets top 10. Like A place. So he's smart, but he's not that smart. Not like a Momo level or Nezu level, but he's pretty smart. So, he goes to the auditorium. He sits down. Baku sits down next to him. He's like, "Oh, Deku, what are you doing here? Where's a a guy being here?" He's like, "Well, I'm here to take the entry exam." And Bakugo starts laughing. He's like, "Oh, you gonna make it? No, you're not gonna make it. You're Greek. Blah blah blah. I'm better. I don't know why you're here." Meanwhile, the commotion Ida being Ida stands up, does the whole UA forgot, like, is this a mistake? Did UA make a mistake? Is it really, not banter? And then he turns to Deku like, both of you be quiet. And he tells Deku, which Deku doesn't take kindness to it, because it's like first of all, you're the one who rudely interrupted it. Everybody else doesn't seem to be complaining because they know how to read. They read the pamphlet and they understand how points work. And you think about it, oh look, the 1 point is worth 1 point, the 2 point is worth 2 points, the 3 point is worth 3 points, and the 0 point is worth 0 points. Who would have thought? Math. It's a wonderful thing, don't you think? And that's how it goes. And then basically, Ida gets embarrassed because he can't do simple math, and the other ones are complaining. So everything goes the same, Deku goes to, Midoriya goes to his assigned city, and he's in the front. He doesn't, oh, there goes my son. He goes to the front, doesn't really pay much mind to Uraraka. The gate opens and he takes off. And, he starts destroying robots with flames. Just flames, burning through them like nothing. Like, he coats his flames and, melts. And, he's doing good. Nezu's seeing this, he said, huh, that's very good. All Might, and even Aizawa are keeping a good eye on him. Like, they see his flames are hot. And even Nezu's like, and Aizawa both are like, it might be harder than Endeavor's. They don't say it out loud, but they're saying in their mind, because, Endeavor's gonna find out and he's gonna go ape shit. First of all, he's like, no, nothing is harder than my end. The whole rant about Schultz is better. So that goes about, he gets like 200 points. Like, he gets a little bit like of a few points. I'll tell you. So then the 0 pointer comes. He sees. He doesn't really pay too much mind to it. So then he sees Uraraka, getting crushed, and he's like, oh, I'd save her now. And for being a bunch of wannabe heroes, they're a bunch of pussies. They're scared. Hey, Neko, and he goes, he burns the rubble, and they're about to get ran over, and he just basically flames. He melts the rubber. He starts melting he covers the whole motherfucker in flames, and melts it like nothing. And everybody's shocked. And in the stand, Schultz was looking, and he's having a fucking mental breakdown. He sees the flames, like, Endeavor, child, lost child, Suki child. Now he's going crazy. But he has that white, and him having white hair does not help. So he has all these thoughts in his head. And yeah. He ties with All Might in points, so everybody's shocked. Even All Might's shocked. And we skip, a week later, him doing his vigilante work, helping, trying to find out. Hang out with Zumi, hang out with Felicia. And then, he gets his, the mail and says, oh yeah, first answer comes out like, oh, you got top 10, you're very smart, congratulations. You and your sister are welcome into the dorms. He's read the whole dorm situation. And, so, he's happy, his sister's happy. Felicia's a little bit not happy, but she's still proud of him secretly. She won't say it, but she got happy that he's being a hero. She won't admit it, but she is. And, that's what happens, We skip to the first day of school. I'm going to just do the whole ball throw. I'm going to do that. That's where I'm going to top it at. Because I need to eat. So, the whole, so it's the first day. They get into the dorms. They both get like a single. They have like two rooms for themselves, and it's near 1A class, but not exactly in 1A. With 1A, they just have their own little space. They all get their own room, and it's pretty spacious. So, Ezekiel. They even have a transfer for Izumi to go to her school, and which is near UA, so it's better. And they have a whole transfer for her in and out, so Deku doesn't have to worry about him, and he can just focus in school, knowing that his sister will be safe. Well, at least he'll be more not. At least he'll be more not too worried about his sister. So we skip. His first day, he enters. He goes to. He's probably like one of the first people in. He just sits there and he's on his phone. Texting with Felicia, swapping information of what they got. Flirting here or there. That's when Paul comes in, leaders to him. They start having an argument. Then Uraka comes in and she goes up to Deku and like, oh, thank you for saving me. He's like, oh, no problem. It's like, it's what a hero's supposed to do, save people. And then she's like, yeah, you're right. They become good friends. So and then Abzawa Peach is like, everybody shut up. It took you too long to stay quiet. He pulls out the gym uniform, change into this, and meet me outside in the field. And people start complaining. Deku just gets up and goes to do what the teacher says. He knows who Masawa is. And he's like, you know what, I'm just going. I'm not gonna complain. He's a teacher, he knows what he's doing, he's a pro hero. He's a pro hero for some reason. So he got the uniform, he goes in. He starts changing, that's when everybody comes in. And he's pretty fit. He's not like roided out, but he's that lean fit, like the lean muscle fit, like kind of like we would do to do calisthenics, something like, I forgot how the fuck it's spelled away, even though I do it. But yeah. So he's pretty toned out, and he has muscles, but he's on the lean side. And Kirishima being all about working out, he's like, bro, like how. Like, what do you do for work? Like nothing much. I just lift weights, kind of. Just use my core body, You use my own body to do it. Nothing too special. But they also become friends. Shoto, just keeps staring at him, and Deku notices, but he doesn't say shit. He's like, to each his own. But he's down those thoughts. They kind of things like he might be gay, but I won't judge. And I'm mainly doing this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a mess with Shoto a lot in this one, mainly because of this one is basically for Blanky, the homegirl. She hates Shoto for some reason. I don't know why. She tolerates him now, but she hates him. So I'm gonna just fuck with Shoto. This whole. They're not gonna like each other at all. So he's just gonna mess with Shoto a lot. Because he can and he will. Mainly because of that. Mainly because of Blanky. I'm gonna do it. So they're outside, they're waiting, and he tosses the ball to Midoriya, and he said like, oh, what was your throw in middle school? I mean high school. He's like, yeah. He's like 83 meters, and I was like, okay, I want you to throw it again. You should quirk. You could do whatever you want as long as you're in a circle, And Midoriya, using his strength and the force of fire, he throws it. He goes in fire. I mean, he throws it and it just blasts off. He gets 1,000 meters. Nothing too wrong. He would have gone to his spirit. He was holding back, kind of. He wasn't holding out too much, but he was still holding back quite a bit. And and plus he was, what's it called? He would have been in his rider form. Oh, bruh, he would have sent that whole far. But but a good shot, because from we remember it, he was quirkless. But then again, like, it's been a few years since he's seen him, so it's still kind of salty because he remembers he whooped his ass, like he bullied, like he did whoop his ass. So that means he was on the back. And Shoto is his mind. One thing is like last child, last brother. And in his mind, he's like, it doesn't matter, I'm still better than him. Blah 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 blah. And they do all their tests. Deku gets first place in all of them. Sawa does the whole, whoever gets that gets expelled. Deku knew he was bullshitting, but I also knew he wasn't bullshitting. You kind of figure, like, if someone does actually does shit and he doesn't see potential in him, he will expel him. But if he sees potential, he won't expel him. Because he found out that he did expel a whole fucking class last year, so the whole happens, he gets first place in all of them. No, he gets, except for the speed part, he gets like third. But overall, he gets first. And so I was like, yeah. And everybody, Mineta's worried because he got last. He's like, I'm gonna get last. I'm gonna get expelled. He's like, by the way, I was kidding. And Mom was like, yeah, I thought y'all knew that. And Deku's like, well, he was actually lying, but he was lying. In a sense, he explains the whole thing. He's like he probably saw potential in us because last year he did expel a whole class. So I'm just saying, he probably sees something in us that he's the only reason he did not expel us. Azawa doesn't say anything, but it's like, he's pretty perceptive. But he's right. Yeah, I would expel. He's like, he's not wrong. I would, if y'all didn't have potential, I would expel all of you. So everybody's shocked at that. Even Mom was like, oh, I didn't figure that one out. But mainly he figured that out because of his Ghost Rider powers. He can sell someone's soul, he could tell when someone's bullshit or not. So I'm gonna end up here. It's been almost 30 minutes, and I need to eat. So I hope you enjoy this part dos. Yeah, so Degu's the father, and you got the ship, you got the secret, so then you have to wait them on. So I hope you enjoy. Your boy out.